Scorpio August 2021 is a more internal month of a lot of spiritual focus because likely you're having some breakthroughs with your own psychology and your spiritual practices. If you're excited to dive into what this October holds out for you and your rising sign, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are always up to date on what the stars have in store for you. Hi there, I'm Maren. I am a Western astrologer using the tropical zodiac within whole sign houses for the purposes of this video. And before we do get started, I do want to mention Swan Bitcoin, the safest, easiest place to buy Bitcoin on a regular basis. If you're like me and you believe in Bitcoin and how important it is, you might be buying in monthly, dollar cost averaging every interval on whatever time frame works for you. I like to buy monthly through Swan, and if you use my referral link down below, you will get $10 of free Bitcoin upon your first purchase. So if you want to use it, no pressure, it's down there, yeah. Starting out on the 1st, the Venus in Libra in your 12th house will be squaring Pluto and Capricorn in your 3rd house. So Venus at home, very strong, very comfortable in Libra, beautiful, will be in your 12th house of some more difficult topics. On the bright side, the 12th house can be spiritual practices that we keep to ourselves. On the more trouble side, the 12th house can be addictions and poor habits we keep to ourselves. So Venus there is actually helping you solve issues there, whether it is progress in spirituality or it's getting a handle on giving up things that are habitually poor for you. This is squaring Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. So the 3rd house deals with our communication efforts on a day-to-day basis with things like content, news, intake, or output, or commuting, or people we see on a daily basis, like siblings or neighbors. So the 3rd house is our daily information input and output. And with Venus in your 12th house of mental health at odds with the planet of transformation in your 3rd house, it's showing that the developments in spirituality and psychology are asking you to transform the kind of media that you put out and take in. It's like you cannot have this healthy mind if you're taking in shit through either food or through like what's getting into your like head through what you're listening or reading. So it's a call to transform that. On the 5th or the 10th, the Sun will conjoin Mars in your Libra 12th house. Now the Sun and Mars are both very active, assertive, masculine planets. In Libra, they are having a bit of trouble being direct with that, and they're trying to assert themselves without conflict, which is often not possible and causes more harm. In the 12th house is showing that you've got to do something. That if you know there needs to be change, then the indecision and the empowerment but no action is not actually going to get anywhere. So this is asking you to, whether it means difficulty for you in the moment or with others that might be influencing this behavior, getting on top of things will mean stepping up to the plate. Within this time on the 6th, there's a new moon in your Libra 12th house. A new beginning around internal psychology, horror, or just private habits, and even spaces of inebriation. If you use psychedelics at all, it could be a new beginning around that. On the 9th, there's a Sun-Mercury cazimi in your 12th house. Sun-Mercury conjunctions are information, enlightenment, kind of a download. So I think there's a lot of breakthroughs around spirituality or self-healing of what's going on with you mentally. On the 16th to the 18th, the Sun in Libra in your 12th house will square Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. So this is the motif, the theme for the whole month, but the progress internally and spiritually is being troubled by the implication of how it's going to need to change your habits, errands, information intake. And on the 18th, Mercury will then station direct in your Libra 12th house. So actually communicating, writing, speaking, or just making plans based on these realizations will improve now that Mercury is direct, especially the second half of the month when the very last part of the month when it clears shadow. And on the 18th, Jupiter will station direct in your 4th house of home, family, property. So all of the developments that you made over the past year in your 4th house, given Jupiter is the planet of growth, will finally pick up again. It might have been a slow few weeks of progress around home, property, moving, family, things like that, but we are picking up again now that Jupiter is direct. And on the 18th to the 20th, Mars in your 12th house will trine Jupiter in your 4th house. So as you heal these mental health things, this will actually help the growth of your family or your property and the roots of your life. On the 20th, there's a full moon in your Aries 6th house, a high point of completion, being seen, letting go in your 6th house of both coworkers, people that you hire or manage, and or your physical health, specifically physical health issues that you're giving up or reaching an end of a chapter with. On the 21st to the 23rd, Mars in your Libra 12th house is squaring Pluto in your Capricorn 3rd house. So this is kind of the high point of the tension between you changing your mental health spiritual practices and what that means for your day-to-day grind. It is the like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go after it, and there's tension and there's a bit of manipulation, I feel like, or like cognitive dissonance, but I gotta fucking do it. On the 26th to 28th, Venus is now in your Sagittarius second house of money and finance, and this is squaring Neptune in your Pisces fifth house of romance, creativity, and children. So even though good things are coming to you financially, given the second or very end of the month, this is at odds with some dishonesty or delusion around creativity, children, or a romantic partner in your life. So watch out for spending end of the month. On the 29th to 30th, the Sun in your Scorpio first house is squaring Saturn in your Aquarius fourth house. So the priority on you, spotlight on you, given Scorpio season starts at the end of the month, will be at odds with some responsibilities or some self-consciousness around what to do around home or family. It could be a back and forth between focusing on you versus focusing on who you live with. So if you have any thoughts, any comments, anything to share about what's coming up for you before we do get into the tarot card for your sign, do leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear how this October looks for you and any things that are corresponding to already plans you know are on the way. The tarot card for Scorpio Risings this month is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And I know this card fairly well because this is the first decan of Virgo. It's called Prudence. Like, it's the Lord of Prudence card. It's a humble servant, like, working little by little to build something, head down, wants the work to show for itself, not for him to get some, ego-driven credit. It's not like a very celebratory card, but when it is inverted or reversed like it is here, it talks about hastiness or working too quickly so that it doesn't end up building something substantial. So be careful about careless errors and be careful about overlooking the details that will be necessary for your mental health thriving. So if you enjoyed this, I would love to hear from you down below. Any thoughts, comments, critiques, concerns, do comment. And also make sure that if you are enjoying this, you do give me a like. It helps out in the algorithm. So besides that, I wish you a very happy October, happy Scorpio season starting out by the end of the month, Libra into Scorpio season. I'm a mess filming this during Virgo season. It's been a long ass day. But yeah, take care and I will see you in the next one.